Joe BuglewiczGetty Images The Alabama special election is 2 weeks away, and 3 recent polls now show Republican candidate Roy Moore is likely to win. Jones had opened up as much as an 8-point lead in one mid-November poll taken in the days and weeks after the first women came forward with UAL misconduct allegations against Moore. Now that gap has closed. A JMC Analytics poll released Wednesday that surveyed 650 registered Alabama voters Monday and Tuesday had Moore with a 5-point lead over Jones, 48 to 43%. About 4% of voters planned to write in a candidate, and about 5% remained undecided. Moore has made up ground in another JMC Analytics poll taken right after the Washington Post reported that Moore assaulted a 14-year-old girl when he was in his 30s. Jones was up 4 points, with 46% of voters planning to vote for Jones versus 42% for Moore. That's in line with 2 other recent polls. Change Research, in a survey conducted Sunday and Monday, found that Moore led Jones by 5 points, 47% to 42% among registered voters. About 7% of voters were undecided, and just shy of 4% said they would opt for a write-in candidate. The same firm conducted a November 15-16 poll that put Jones up by 3 points. Moore has since closed that lead, and then some. And in an Emerson College poll released Tuesday, likely Alabama voters supported Moore 53% to 47%. The previous Emerson College poll, taken the weekend right after the first Moore revelations, had Moore up 10 points. In a podcast about the poll, Spencer Kimball of Emerson College said the results put Jones within the margin of error and within striking distance. The good news for Jones, Kimball said, is that independents are supporting him by a 2-to-1 margin. But undecided voters are still leaning towards Moore, about 57 to 44%. Trump supported Moore, and his voters do too. Several factors might be sending voters back to Moore. The flurry of allegations that followed the Washington Post story, including a woman who said Moore groped her when she was 14 and he was 32, have died down, and no new allegations have emerged since around November 15. Moore also laid low for a little more than a week until Monday night. The candidate hadn't hosted a public event in 11 days. President Donald Trump also broke his silence on the Moore situation before Thanksgiving, saying Moore totally denied the allegations. He has continued to bash the Democrat in the race, firing off on Twitter that Jones would be a disaster. The last thing we need in Alabama and the U.S. Senate is a Schumer-Pelosi puppet who is weak on crime, weak on the border, bad for our military and our great vets, bad for our Second Amendment, and wants to raise his taxes to the sky. Jones would be a disaster. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump. November 26, 2017. The Change Research poll found that about 3.5% of Trump voters said the president's backing inched them closer to voting for Moore. Potential turnout among Trump voters may be behind some of the polling swings toward Moore. In the mid-November poll that had Jones up by 3 points, 82% of Trump voters surveyed said they'd definitely vote. That number is now up to 88%. Change Research. The Change Research poll also found that among Trump voters, only 9% believe the allegations against Moore, 63% do not. Overall, 42% of voters believe the allegations, while 38% do not. That's down from the mid-November poll, which found 46% of voters believed the accusations.